Hi, darling. Welcome back. In South Africa, there's a huge surge of energy drink addiction. We have young people going to school, going to university, and they always have an energy drink as a substitute for energy as they are studying, whether in high school or university. We have taxi drivers consuming energy drinks almost every day just to stay awake. And then we have young adults going to work and they always need to have a Red Bull, a Monster Energy. Even on the weekend at the clubs, people are mixing Red Bull with any kind of alcoholic beverage just to stay energetic throughout the weekend. There is an energy drink crisis in South Africa, and I'm not judging you because I literally have an energy drink with me on hand. I wanted to taste it. There's so many, as I was doing research, there's so many flavors for Switch that I was like, I need to try one. I need to try one. I'm not a huge fan of energy drinks, but once in a while, I will also try one because I'm actually allergic to coffee. I'm not justifying it. Once in a while, once or twice a month, that's okay. But I have a theory. I have a theory that the reason why we are so addicted to energy drinks in our country is because we're slaves. We are slaves. We're slaves to the corporate, we're slaves to the economy, and we are slaves to generational trauma. Hear me out. I will tell you at the end of this video why. Why do I think we are slaves? Why are energy drinks connected to this conversation about the fact that we are cogs in a bigger machine? Before I add why I think we are subjected to slavery economically, generationally, why do I say that? I will add that at the end of the video. But before we do that, let's hear what are the people saying on TikTok? What are South Africans saying on TikTok with regards to energy drinks?
yazi ukuthi ungaba right kanjani mongaye ukuphuza nje
I'm at a point in my life where I'm drinking energy drinks for taste and not for energy, which defeats the point, but at least it's good. Because see this, it's spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Whoever made this understood the assignment. Who can energy drink juice in one tin? Imagine the efficiency, the cost effectiveness. Honey, you understood the assignment. Thank you and cheers to that. Beautiful.
My lovely people, can we all agree that Switch is the best energy drink out there right now? Like the level of consistency in which they drop new flavors every week, bro. It's immaculate, bro. Score, Red Bull, all of those, Monster, all of that. Switch is on top, bro. Come on.
Bruh, we need rehab for energy drinks, right? Forget the war on drugs. Let's get a war on Red Bull and Monster. Like, let's get a war going for play, right? Like rehab for energy drinks and fizzy drinks. Like I can't drink Coca-Cola anymore. I mean, I can, but I shouldn't, right? And like there should be some sort of steps, like, stipulations, like measures put in place to stop me from drinking these things. Can we get it going? Can somebody start something where we stop doing this to ourselves? It can't be healthy. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Caffeine as a whole, I don't know, like we need rehab for that. And then we just in a house, it's like Big Brother, and at lunchtime they serve cookie.
Something I feel like we need to speak about more and actively participate in is energy drink sobriety. Because what do you mean you drink an energy drink every single day? And sometimes not because you need it, but because you just do it for fun now, because you love the taste. And I'm saying this because I used to drink a lot of energy drinks, like a lot, especially during test weeks and exam season and stuff, like a lot. But it's not good, bro. You can't be drinking energy drink for fun, for the taste. Another thing is Coke sobriety, but you guys are not ready for that conversation.
Can someone please explain to me what is Switch even about? Like, honestly speaking, bro, like you guys don't even know what you're drinking, straight out. And the thing is, this is so real, bro. There's a new Switch flavor every 2 days. You guys genuinely don't even know what you're drinking. What is Switch even about, bro? What do you mean there's a Malva pudding flavor? What are we doing? And the thing is, like, bro, the target market for this doesn't even care. We all know that Switch is made for dog. A taxi driver can drink 3 Switches by the time it's 7 a.m. Straight out. I'm not even joking. And thing is, bro, like, the regular customer that's not a taxi driver, bro, like, I'm surprised you guys are stomaching this, bro. You guys are drinking potions. Don't be surprised if you're drinking Switch, you wake up one day, now you can speak Zulu fluently. What are we doing here? What is Jelly Baby's flavor, bro? What is Switch doing? What is this? It gets worse, blood. Lemon meringue. What are we doing? What is Switch? Like, what's going on? What are you guys drinking? Creature Unicorn. My God, you guys are gonna get sick, bro. Generally speaking, someone's gonna die.
This is how they got you addicted to energy drinks in South Africa. When I grew up, energy drinks were not a thing. We were not drinking them, and they existed. The brands Red Bull, Play, and all of those things existed, but no one was addicted to them until they made them cheaper. Energy drinks became cheaper than your regular old soft drink, cold drink. When you went to a shop, either Indian shop, either Pick and Pay or whatever retail, energy drinks were cheaper than the cold drinks. So it was the most convenient thing you could drink while eating food. If you wanted a drink, it was the cheapest thing you found there at the shops. And then the issue was caffeine was addictive. Caffeine was addictive. So people were buying energy drinks not because they wanted the energy, but because it was the cheapest convenient drink in a can, 500 ml can. That was the cheapest drink you would find. You cannot find a 500 ml can less than 10 rand. At some point, this thing was less than 10 rand for a 500 ml can of energy drink. You'd be crazy if you didn't buy it. And we started buying it because we wanted something to drink while we were eating. But because caffeine got addictive, we got addicted to caffeine as a byproduct. It was a mistake for us to get addicted to caffeine. We did not want to. So now it pushed this thing to the point where now people are drinking energy drinks because they are addicted to them, not because they are cheap anymore. They are still cheap though. When I was growing up, there was once an energy drink that was like 5 rands. I think it was Ben or something. Why are energy drinks even this cheap? Because soft drinks are all expensive. You'll never find a soft drink 500 ml under 10 rands anywhere in South Africa. Even now, people still keep on getting addicted to these things because they are just cheap, they're convenient, it's easier to drink them in a can. You could argue that you could have bought that 2 liter that was cheap, that was 10 rand, but you can't go around with the 2 liter everywhere you go. So buying the energy drink was the cheapest way to drink something that was not water. So that's how we got addicted to this thing. They made them cheap, we drink them because they were cheap, but we then, as a side effect, got addicted to the caffeine, and now we're drinking them because we are addicted to the caffeine.
As we have seen, there's a huge thing. A lot of young people consume energy drinks in South Africa, and there's a lot of side effects that we don't know about. We don't know the ingredients. I feel like most of us don't even care to read the ingredients on these concoctions. But there are a few TikToks that also add, what are the side effects of energy drinks?
Guys, how much of energy drinks are you guys consuming? Are you even aware? I just saw this tweet from Koshi Karan. He is a finance business expert. You can follow him here. He says, the fastest growing segment in the non-alcoholic beverage industry in SA, energy drinks. Brands loaded with caffeine, sugar and taurine are the most popular. A time bomb for future healthcare costs. Look at the sugar content. This is what we used to get, okay? We had Dragon, and then of course we have the famous Red Bull that's right here. But look how much sugar that is. And then there's Monster Energy drink, way up here. And this one is one of the fastest growing and best selling energy drink. Look at the caffeine content. This is the normal caffeine content from a cup of coffee. You can have 1 or 2 of these a day. In fact, if you can drink black coffee with no sugar and no milk, and you have 1 of these a day, you're going to have good sustained focus that will be healthy. You are doing untold damage to your body and you have no idea. This is very dangerously high, very high caffeine and very high sugar. And people are taking 1 or 2 a day because it's giving them a fix, it's giving them a focus before the start of the day. If you are doing this on each day, it means the work that you're doing is too stressful and it's not purposeful and it doesn't connect with you. Because when you do work that connects with you, that you actually like doing, you will wake up early by yourself, you will just have your normal beverage and drink water. If you're doing this, it means the work that you're doing is too stressful and you need to leave. Whatever you're doing in life, remember, medical costs are so expensive. One false move and you may end up bankrupt. And you're doing that by having this. Whatever you do, stop drinking any of this. The problem here is that any celebrity or influencer has a semblance of fame, they will endorse energy drink or they release an energy drink of their own. It's either this or gin. You're making them more money and you're making yourself unhealthier. You need to stop listening and you need to figure out how to be healthy by yourself without this, because this is dangerous. If you need this to start the day, you need to reevaluate your day.
Just want to caution people who regularly consume energy drinks, especially now that we are headed towards exam season. But besides that, it's become sort of a lifestyle trend for young people to be consuming energy drinks, even unnecessarily. And there is an article that was written by the National Library of Medicine, and it was underscoring just how dangerous energy drinks are for us, especially regarding our heart and our brain. Energy drinks, specifically Red Bull and Monster, have this chemical called taurine, and it's nephrotoxic. What that means is it's toxic for the kidneys. It leads to kidney damage. And as you know, basic biology, your kidneys are vital. If your kidneys fail, you basically are as good as dead. In recent years, the consumption of energy drinks by young adults and athletes has risen significantly, but concerns have been raised about the potential health risks associated with excessive consumption. These concerns include cardiovascular problems, nervous system disorders, and the potential for addiction. In particular, the analysis identified cases of cardiac arrest, most of which were fatal. Consequences of this consumption pattern have led to a rising incidence of young individuals seeking medical attention in emergency departments due to an array of adverse health outcomes. Reports underscore that energy drinks have a deleterious effect on a broad spectrum of bodily organs, culminating in mild adversity such as anxiety, gastrointestinal disturbances, dehydration, nervousness, and tachycardia, which is elevated heart rate, along with more severe outcomes like rhabdomyolysis, which is the breakdown of muscle, acute kidney injury from dehydration, ventricular fibrillation, which is very serious heart complications, seizures, acute mania, and stroke. Furthermore, instances linking energy drink consumption to fatalities have been documented. The rise of the energy drink market, particularly within the younger demographic, has caused a 70% escalation in caffeine ingestion. 70%. In particular, taurine and gluconolactone are claimed to be the main components responsible for the effects attributed to Red Bull. Another thing to note is that in recent years, many studies and research is showing that these bodies that have been put in place to sort of liaison with companies that are producing energy drinks, or a lot of the things that we consume, are actually not as transparent as they claim to be, and the regulations as to what gets put on the market, what is healthy for us, aren't as strict as they make them out to be. Meaning, a lot of the energy drinks that are popular and a lot of the things that we consume are not healthy for us, and there's a lot that we don't know as to what they are doing to our bodies until it happens.
I'm very understanding as to why a lot of us drink energy drinks. We go to school, we need energy, and we go to work, we need energy. We're exhausted, we're traveling. Some people are sleep deprived, traveling from a township to Johannesburg, traveling from a township to Pretoria or even Sandton or Camps Bay just to work. You have to wake up early. If you live in the township, you know the fact that you have to wake up early. And yes, there are other alternatives to drinking. If you want caffeine in your system, there are definitely alternatives. But let's be honest, good quality coffee is expensive. The most cheapest you can get, according to the research that I've done, is like 25 Rand. Most coffees are between 30 to 50 Rand in South Africa. Good quality coffee. I'm not talking about Coffee. No shade. I'm not talking about all those commercial brands. I'm talking about real quality coffee. So you're expecting someone who's earning a salary of 5K or 3K a month to think about health consequences. You don't have time to think about health consequences when you're trying to survive, when you're trying to get to work, and you're trying to fight against mental exhaustion. When you're also a student at university as well, who's studying, you come from a poor background, you're funded by NSFAS. You can't sleep. There's no time to sleep because if you fail, you can't go back to the hood. So take an energy drink. They take energy drinks just to have energy in order to study, because getting that degree, working hard, is something that we need in order to escape the economic burden, in order to escape poverty. People are drinking energy drinks because they want to study, they want to not fail. There's no time. There's no time to think about health when it's about survival. There's no time to think about health when you need to get to your job early, because if you don't get to your job early, you could be fired. Unemployment is high. I'm very understanding that a person who's trying to survive is not going to be a person who's thinking about their health. They're thinking about how to ensure that they get the next meal. But why do I say our energy drink consumption is because of slavery, is because we're slaves and intergenerational trauma? Let's go to the idea of slavery. If we think about historically slavery in the past, what did slaves work for? People who were slaves used to wake up, work in farms, work nursing children, giving birth to children. As a slave, you worked for food, shelter, and water. What do we pay for when we go to work? We pay for food, water, and shelter. Our masters are different now. Our masters is the economy. Our masters are the government. Our masters is capitalism. These are the systems we work within to survive. And how is this linked to generational trauma? If you grew up in an African family, and I know not every African family is like this, but if you grew up in an African family, there's a tendency in African families for overproductivity, to work hard. A lot of Black people, African people, we work hard as a trauma response. Hear me out. A lot of our grandparents, they can't sit down. A lot of our parents, a lot of Black parents cannot sit down for a moment just to relax. They are constantly doing something in the house. The house could be immaculately clean and they'll be looking for dust somewhere. They'll be moving furniture somewhere. They need to rearrange the bedroom. Working hard, overproductivity, constantly working in a lot of Black families is considered a virtue. You are considered virtuous if you are hardworking. But as a human being, we all need time to relax. We are the only creatures on this planet that do not take breaks to relax. You are privileged if you have a family, an African family in particular, that doesn't emphasize working hard. In the Black community, there's a lot of praisal for working hard. If you have a job, you're praised. If you have children, you're praised. If you work hard in school, you get degrees. And I'm talking out as someone who's an overachiever as well. I have 2 degrees from the best university in South Africa. I've lived abroad. To work hard is good, but it gets to a point where it's toxic. There was an article that I was reading and it talked about, you're overworking yourself when you're starting to experience anxiety, burnout, and you need substitutes for energy. We need energy drinks just to survive because we are overworking ourselves. As human beings, we're the only animal on planet Earth that doesn't take a break. Animals go through brumation. Reptiles go through brumation. Mammals, some mammals go through hibernation. Plants have seasons. A tree will have seasons where it's sprouting fruits, and it will have a season where it lets go of their leaves. We're the only creature on this planet that has to work constantly to survive. And I've seen this generational thing where in Black families, if you don't cook for a day, if you don't clean for a day, if you cannot cook, if you're a girl, if you don't make children and you're married, you're a wife, you're considered lazy. To take a day to relax is considered lazy in a lot of Black families. If you do not relate to this, you are highly blessed. Because in a lot of Black families, even on a Sunday, it's considered lazy to just sit and watch TV. So how is this connected to energy drinks? A lot of us as African people, we're only praised for working hard. Even if you work for a company, even if you work for your parents, the only time you got positive feedback is when you were working hard. You were overachieving, you were getting degrees. These things are good to have, but not at the cost of your health. And I understand we don't have much of a choice because of how life is structured. We don't have a choice. In order to survive in this life, because we're under economic struggle, we're under unemployment, we're under capitalism, we have to work hard to survive. So to judge people for consuming energy drinks, we're not detangling the entire issue. The issue is that people are underpaid, people have to wake up early, people live far from their jobs, people are scared of losing their funding, people are scared of failing at university. There's the added pressure from Black parents to work hard. You can't be lazy in a Black household. Relaxing is considered lazy. The energy drinks become an alternative. They become a form of self-medicating in a system that is overworking us, in a system that is very similar to slavery. So I understand, I'm very empathetic, I understand why. Why are young and old people addicted to this? It's a symptom of a system that is overworking people. We are overworked, underpaid. You're privileged if you do not have these problems. You're privileged if you don't have to worry about the fact that if you don't work this month, there's nothing coming in. When you don't have to worry for the next 6 months about where your money is going to come in. The addiction to energy drinks is just a symptom of a bigger system that is overworking people. You know that you're not a workaholic. You've taken that identity because you think achieving. A lot of people who are overachievers think achieving makes them good people. They think working hard all the time without relaxing and taking a break to a point that they experience burnout. They think it is virtuous. Like I said, we're the only animal that doesn't take a break. And this energy drink consumption is just a symptom of a bigger issue. As Africans, we've taken on working ourselves to the bone as if it's a symbol of your goodness. It is a symbol of your perseverance. We take suffering as if suffering is a good thing. We think suffering means we're going to get rewarded. There's a culture that promotes working hard, working yourself so hard that you experience a lot of negative health symptoms. A lot of us in the Black community take slaving away till your mental health suffers as if it's a badge of honor. And the system rewards it. The system rewards you with money for sacrificing your health. So it's no surprise why people drink energy drinks, because the more productive you are, and adding to your productivity by boosting your energy and taking these things, you're adding to your productivity. You are a good machine in the bigger machine. You have to work hard in order to be praised. You have to work hard in order to survive. Therefore, it is a recipe that promotes drinking energy drinks. Energy drinks are just a tool that is used by a lot of us in order to be productive, in order to be seen as valuable, to be seen as useful in society, because just existing is not enough in our society, which is quite sad, but that's the reality. A lot of us if you're not productive, if you're not producing, if you're not working, if you're not achieving, if you're not buying the latest luxury things, you are seen as worthless in a lot of African communities. It creates a recipe that just compounds on itself because we think if I boost my productivity, I'm going to reach the goal. I'm going to finally escape poverty. I'm going to finally be appreciated if I just achieve more. Energy drinks are just a tool that also is used in order to be more productive, to pretend to be more productive or look more busy in a culture that promotes self-sacrifice at the expense of your mental health just to attain money. And it's unfortunate, but that is the system that we have inherited. Like I said, we are slaves to a bigger system. We are slaves. We have to work for food, shelter, water. We're in a continent, we're in a culture where overproductivity is praised and taking a break is considered bad. You're considered lazy if you just want a break for a moment. You're considered lazy if you want to take a mental health break. We're praised for the achievements, but not for just being. So I want to hear your opinions. What do you think about young people in the country being so addicted to energy drinks? What do you think is the cause? And if you got to the end of this video, leave a drink emoji in the comment section. Any drink, could be a soda, could be a glass of wine, a glass of beer. That's perfectly fine. I want to hear your opinions in the comment section, and thank you for watching, darling. Bye-bye.